Alright, hello, everyone. We're back now, probably. Yeah, looks like everything's good. We're back for some more Death and Taxes action tonight. I think I'm going to be playing the same list I played on Monday. Don't know. I still don't know what exactly I want to be doing. I'm still trying to crack the nut that is the Breach matchup, but doesn't really feel like Orm's Chance is quite what I want. Didn't get a super good sample size. Obviously, it's like basically impossible to get a reasonable sample size to legitimately test your sideboard cards if you're just jamming leagues. I mentioned that on Monday's stream as well. I'm gonna try to get in an actual just like breach testing stream at some point in the coming weeks, maybe. But yeah, there's some options. I've been mulling over different choices for how to actually tackle this matchup. But for now, we'll give Orm's Chant another old college try here. We're just gonna run back the same list. Do I not have 40 Mox qualifier points? Pretty sure I do. I thought I 4-1'd one. Yeah, we had 61. We're good. Oh, it's because I didn't such a deck. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, just playing a normal league. Let's get going. Volume's a little bit too loud. Well, this hand is not very good. We're on the draw. I'm not Superman. This hand's okay. 2-drop, plow, other creature. This hand's good against what? Like exactly creature matchups, right? Like this hand's not going to fare well against like the control decks or I guess the combo decks we do have Revoker. Maybe this hand is better than I gave it credit for. Hey, X-Whale, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. What's up, Lackey? Maybe this hand's a little bit better than I gave it credit for. It's like okay. Yeah, I assumed that was you. I think you could just change your name on your old Twitch account. But whatever works. Yeah. I'm like 90% sure you can just change your name on your old Twitch account. I'm pretty sure my Twitch name used to be like JStrife22 or something. And I changed it at some point. Have fun. Verdict Catacombs. I don't know what decks want to be going to Verdict Catacombs go. Bug, then? Kind of annoying that we don't really know what to put our Revoker on. I guess, like, just... like, looking at Verdict Snow-Covered Island is naming Oko, like, a bad choice. We could also port, but porting seems decidedly less ideal here. I think we definitely want to get on the board. My opponent did just go, land, go, though. So what are they doing over there? They like Fatal Push Revoker and then cast an Oko. We're fucked. Is port really gonna buy me anything though? It'll buy me time to cast a Sanctum Pellet if I want, but it's already gonna be pretty tough to tackle an Oko. So it's possible we want to try to like port for more information, which is the only thought that I'm like maybe having. It's gotta be a bug deck though, right? There's no combo deck that's playing Verdant and Snowcover and like basic Island, right? Maybe they'll be like the 30% of players that don't know that Rook can't even fetches, and they'll fetch before this resolves. Give me more. Nope, they don't. Because they have to be a blue-green deck, right? Because if they're a blue-black deck, there are not a lot that are going to be playing. There are not a lot of blue-black decks that play Verdant Catacombs, right? And a basic island. So if they're a blue-green deck, they probably just have Oko in it regardless. So, like, Oko is a pretty safe name. Also, assuming we don't just die to a combo, we do have the ability to Flicker Wisp the Revoker. If they don't just, like, randomly combo with some wild combo deck. Those could just be... Alright, yeah. We cracked the code, they probably have Okos in their deck. So I'm just assuming, like, bug... Like a bug control deck or like a bug zenith deck or something. Based on the Verdant Catacombs. When you're playing non-blue fetches, you usually like both of those colors. Yeah, not gonna attack into this Ice Fang Quaddle. My opponent has 6 cards in hand. We could cast Sword. We could Plow plus Port. I don't like... Plow plus Port doesn't really help me because I'm still not attacking. Because second Ice Fang Quaddle is definitely a threat. So I think just casting Sword of Fireness is probably fine. I guess we do have 2 plows, so we could technically like push through 2 different Quaddles if we wanted to like plow and attack, and then they have another Quaddle and we plow that one. Then we don't get to port, but we are probably going to end up plowing these Quaddles at some point anyway, because they're pretty good at blocking. Although not if this Sword of Fireness resolved. I'm pretty concerned about the possibility of Abrupt Decay here. Abrupt Decay on Revoker, cast Oko, die, etc., etc. Well, it resolved. It's a good sign. Doesn't mean we're not getting Abrupt Decayed, though. Swamp. Well, they're decaying the sword. That's certainly, I mean, obviously more annoying, but it means that we're not just getting Okoed and losing. We would love to have our sword in play still, but it's not like we were going to be able to play it around an Abrupt Decay. Plague Engineer, that's rude. I mean, at least they have to put it on horror here. Which means we don't necessarily have to deal with the Engineer for a while. I mean, just a 2-2 with Death Touch now. Like, I'd rather plow the Quaddle out of the way so I can, like, hit them with the Strix or whatever. We can put Prelate on, like, 3 to play around Oko some more. We can put Prelate on 2 to beat Abrupt Decay. Obviously, we don't want to really put Prelate on 1 while we have double Plow in hand. I think they would have a lot more aggressively attacked my Phyrexian Revoker if they were planning on Okoing me. But I doubt they have a lot more interaction past, like, more additional copies of Abrupt Decay. I'm starting to think this is Bug Zenith. That being said, our Flickers doesn't get any value here. We would just play Flicker Wisp and, like, flicker a land. And then either, like, have the ability to double plow or maybe just use for shot and port. Signifer also just doesn't attack into this board very well at all. On the other hand, Oko is very threatening. I think Abrupt Decay trades 1 for 1, whereas Oko just wins the game. So it's not unreasonable for me to just... Ziplin. Not unreasonable for me to just put this on 3. And we can choose to plow one of these things at some point. We need card advantage generation. We don't have that. We want to find Stoneforge Mystic or Recruiter. This is a standard list or any spice in it. We're playing Orum's Chant in the sideboard, but that's about the only spice. It's a very stock 60. If you want to play with a Quaddle, there's a chance we don't end up playing this Engineer. Like, we play something scary and just leave them with their, like, Death Touch Bear. But this Quaddle definitely will get more irritating right now. But it'll stem the bleeding less, obviously. But I think, like, the Flicker Wisp can fly over the Engineer, and we might need to, like, plow a second Quaddle or something. Whereas, like, this Engineer will deal with it eventually. It's a lot easier to tackle. It's on Horror, which hits 2 creatures in my whole deck at this point. The other 2 Revokers, so it's, like, not a huge deal right now. Next turn we can, like, probably Flicker Wisp, flicker a land, hold up Port, and up Sword Splashers. Oh, well, we found a Sword Splashers target. Don't think we're Karaxing that bad boy. Curious on why you're on Mindbreak over Chant. Mindbreak, I think, is more niche at actually killing Breach. Because they can just have a... Like, I think it's easier for them to have a second Brain Freeze and still kill you in the same turn than it is for them to... Like, they literally can't go off the turn that you chant them, and then it blows up their Underworld Breach. That's the idea behind it, anyway. Yeah, this does not look like a game where we're going to Karakas this Leovold. My opponent has plenty of mana and is at a ton of life. Freeze, like, a semi-relevant deal, yeah. I think I'm going to attack into second Quaddle here. I think we just need to actually win. Like, we are taking a bunch of damage. So, yeah, now we can just Rashad import them, I guess. Don't even know what color to port. Blue's scary. They're Zenith, though. They're probably more base green. It's possible Mindbreak Trap is good enough. I did talk about it. I've been talking with some Breach players as well. Apparently, the most common sideboarding strategy is actually to go down a lot on Brain Freezes and lean more into the Mentor plan. So, if you can Mindbreak Trap the Brain Freeze, you can actually just totally strand them from comboing, and then if you can, like, if you can fight Mentors, then you're in a good spot. Of course, after they see Mindbreak Trap in game 2, if they are on the shave down on Brain Freeze plan, they would probably just bring in more Brain Freezes for game 3 anyway. So it's definitely a tough needle to thread. What is this? I'm scared. 4 mana. No, it's not Jace. It's like Questing Beast. Green Sun for 3. Green Sun for 3. They're trying to pay costs here. Yep. What does this get? Another Leovold? Something better? No, just another Leovold. Sure. Mother of Runes is like not actually a horrible throw. Yeah, the tough part is always winning game 3, because I think Death and I mean, obviously Goblins is going to have a very rough time, but Death and Taxes as well has a very rough game one now with like the double bolt grape shot configurations. Just remember not to port them because they have a Leovold in play. So the hard part is definitely getting the game 3. It's possible maybe I just don't want like 3 Orms chants either. Maybe I could like play. I've like 3 Orm chant, 1 Deafening Silence. I wonder if like 2 Orm chant, 2 Mindbreak Trap or something would look better. So that's pretty obnoxious. I think it's a Questing Beast and I have to just let them draw cards. Like I have to just Caracas the Questing Beast and just make them draw cards because this is just a bunch of damage. Not taking the Leovold, what a jerk. We really just need to draw like Stoneforge Mystic. It's the only thing that's really gonna put us in this game. Yeah, we can't take 4. Ooh, Recruiter is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could just recruit a Wisp and then Wisp the Recruiter, and then go get something else. That does mean we take a shot from the Questing Beast this turn, and we can't like Mom to stop that from happening. But I think we might be able to start turning the corner race-wise. We might be able to get like a Palace Jailer and like Jailer the Leovold, and then Caracas the Questing Beast the following turn. Could also get a 2-drop and leave up the Caracas. Like we could get Stoneforge, but I don't think I really like that plan. Just tap all these because there's no way we're ever activating them in the face of this Leovold anyway. So Force of Will is fine. We'll just go back on the Caracas their thing plan. I mean, 4 mana draw card is like not the best thing in the world. Yeah, they're realizing that this Plague Engineer gets eaten now because the Mom's online. But because our Mom is online, even if they get to draw some extra cards, it's kind of hard for them to like sweep my board here. I'll forever have a prison placement on my results page, I will. It's there forever, the solid 3-2 I did with Red Prison. That's bad. That means my racing plan is not nearly as good. There are only 2 creatures in the yard currently, but... it is a big boy. We did not want to draw more lands. But a good turn to draw like Palace Jailer. Fetch like a Trop Clown or something. Or a Bayou just to eat a thing here for mana efficiency's sake. Yep. You're not wrong, Barwick. That you they just have 4 mana draw card. Which is pretty good as far as long games go. This Scooz gets to attack me too. No. They have 2 cards in hand. I'm trying to... the odds of them having Abrupt Decay. So I want to block the Scavenging Ooze and pro-green it first. and program my prelate first, because I don't want them to like draw into the Abrupt Decay here. Unnecessary is deafening sounds. Is it Phil running 4 main? That doesn't sound right at all. Seems like pretty nonsense, because that card's a very bad card to run main deck. It's a good card right now because of Breach, but there are a lot of other options to fight Breach, I think. I don't even know if Deafening Silence is the best one. But anyway. Declare block. Okay, so it only matters if it's still on the board, so I can still do this. Green. Then bounce it. Recast it for mana efficiency? Sure. It doesn't secretly have reach, right? It does not. Any consideration for wasting by an attack step? No, I don't want them to just draw more cards. This Leovold is already putting me in quite the pickle. I don't think I'm ever activating like the Wasteland or the Rashad board ever. I think I just gotta kind of bite the bullet on it. In my tech of choice for Breach, I think spell-based interaction is what you want. Either like Mindbreak Trap. I'm trying I have 3 Orim's Chant in the sideboard right now. I'm not convinced it's correct, but like Orim's Chant or Mindbreak Trap seem like solid choices. Yeah. Deafening Silence is like fine, but they come prepared. They come armed to the teeth to be enchantments because we're a Rest in Peace deck, so they board in all their like Wear Tears and shit anyway. All right, well they're at an effective 5 with the Scoos. Interesting. This deck just plays a Caracas in it. Whoa, this is an attack. This is a very menacing attack. I'm very scared. I think we're just gonna... God, if they have an Oko, though, what happens if I take this? They are at an effective 5 life right now with the Scavenging Ooze, if no creatures die. I take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, go 4. They're at 5. With Double Mom, Wisp plus Prelate can probably lethal them. Maybe I just Caracas the Questing Beast and take this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just try to leave up the Mother of Runes to not get my things killed and let them draw as little cards as possible. Because if they cast an Oko, I do just immediately lose the game. Five, 9, good 4, yeah. So I can't let any creatures die. Otherwise the Scoos gets bigger and gains them more life. Right now, if all they do is play Questing Beast and say go, we can program the Prelate attack with both and still have a Mom back to hit a removal spell with. And that will kill them. They could kill their own creature with like an Abrupt Decay and then eat it with the Scavenging Ooze as well. Maybe if they have Deluge, I'm just dead. Like, I absolutely cannot beat a Deluge. Also, I guess I can't beat a Deluge because they can't cast it, but like, assuming they had a Sweeper here, I'm not going to play around it because I can't beat it. They could and very well might Abrupt Decay their own creature to go to 6. There's a chance if all they have is replay Questing Beast, we could Caracas the Questing Beast, attack with a Mom, attack them for 6, leave up 1 Mom. Okay, so they're getting 2 blockers, which means that plan is off the table. if they also just cast the Questing Beast here... Yeah, it's very small. It's hard to tell sometimes. Certainly. If they just cast the Questing Beast, they don't have enough mana to threaten me with anything. Oh no, they put another creature in the graveyard, because the Leovold Legendary... Ooh. How am I gonna do this? They have exactly enough mana to cast the Questing Beast and eat the Leovold to go to 6. They'll have 2 green blockers, but I could only attack for 5 through 2 blockers. I'd have to draw like a Flicker Wisp or a second Caracas. Wasn't playing around second Leovold, so I don't think like Wasteland or putting them in their draw step or in the attack step was the rare or something, because I don't want to draw them into more ammunition. The Carcass Beast won't, they have 1 blocker. Yeah, but I can't. Oh yeah. No, you're no. Then they block the Prelate. Just take 5 if I tap with everything. Because the Prelate will only have pro green if I tap a Mom, and if I tap the Mom, it can't attack. Yeah, there's the Questing Beast again. There's no point in porting, because this is just absolutely just going to eat this Leovold. So I don't want to just draw them a card for no reason. I think we just want to draw a card for turn. Hope it's good. Whoa! Alright. Do we win? Flicker Wisp. We can Caracas, the Leovold, Flicker Wisp, the Questing Beast. Attack for 6. What's up, Lunik? How's it going? I guess I want to cast the Flicker Wisp. They draw more cards, but the only thing they can answer is the Flicker Wisp. They can, like... If they Force Will, though, they also die, so I think it doesn't matter the way in which I do this. Two, 5, 6. Yep, you go to 6. And you take 6. Whew. That was a nail biter. Can't believe we won that game after them just like fucking Jadam. I don't forget. I just pronounce that stupid tome. The pay for draw card tome. They just like did that for like 4 turns, and then we barely squeaked it out there. Is Questing Beast legit in Legacy? It's like a one-of in a lot of the Green Sun Zenith decks. It's not like great, but it's a nice option to punch Planeswalkers and stuff, especially dealing with like Okos. Attacks through like Monastery Mentors and stuff pretty well. You see it as like a one-of in like Bug Zenith and Maverick mostly. That's about it. Mono White Breach is an interesting choice. You're not wrong. I think Prelate is probably not good in the Zenith matchup, regardless of how good it actually might have been there. I assume there were probably some number of Okos in their hand. I think Prelate's not great. The only spells they really have in their deck is like the Brainstorm, Abrupt Decay, Oko, and then like some sideboard cards. I think it's like a little bit too hit or miss. I'm not Thrun anymore, such a good card. Yeah, I mean, Thrun just doesn't do it the way Questing Beast does. It's like, they just... I'm better against different things, right? Thrun's not even, like, that good against the decks that Thrun should be good against. Because it's like, oh, uncounterable, unkillable, hexproof or whatever, but then they have, like, Terminuses and shit, so... Having haste and being able to, like, punch walkers and having a bunch, like, just... an essay of text about how you can't block it and how it'll wreck all of your life. What line did we take? We drew Flicker Wisp and won the game. Because they only had 2 blockers, and we Caracas 1 and Flicker Wisp the other, and then attacked for lethal. This isn't S for taxes, you're not wrong. This isn't. I need to actually sideboard here. I'll shave down these Revokers for the same reason. Like, it only hits Oko. Honestly, like, probably just shave Thalia's in this matchup. Bug Zenith, like, is a very creature-heavy deck. And I think we just want to... I don't think they're, like... I think this is probably fine. It kind of fucks up our curve, but... I think this looks okay. We also don't like having the Mom Thalia in versus the deck that probably has, like, 2 to 3 Plague Engineers in it. And is probably keepable with the second Vial. It's, 1-land Vial hands are pretty dicey against the against the Abrupt Decay deck, but 1-land double Vial. Plus we're on the draw. Plus we have like pretty solid curve. The Stoneforge makes the Batter Skull better. I think this hand's acceptable. Dicks. Not an excellent draw, certainly. We can Lotus Petal if we want to like put in our Batter Skull at some point, maybe. Maybe they'll Wasteland us. The classic Taxes hand, yeah. Batter Skull in the 7, top deck the second Caracas immediately. Wonder why you're playing the worst monocolored, like Death Taxes monocolored deck, worst mana base in the format. What you got over there, opponent? Turn 2 Oko, make my life very bad. Oh, the third Croc is going to be delicious. Okay, they're just going to oof me, which is fine because we can plow it. Doesn't mean we don't get to play our second Vial here unless I want to Lotus Petal myself, or if we draw a land. We didn't draw a land. Definitely need to plow this oof. I don't think we want to play the second Vial necessarily. We could probably play it like next turn, probably. Fuck out of here. Problem is if they have an Abrupt Decay, then not playing the second Vial is pretty punishing. Or like an Oko. Although if they had an Oko, they definitely would just slam Oko turn 2 and just ruined my whole life. There's no reason to Green Sun for oof when you can just play an Oko and then Elk the Vial and then never lose. Oh, never mind. Either they just top decked it or they decided to make this play. I get a Mom. Wow, not Elking the Vial. Interesting choices, opponent. I really feel like that 1 damage didn't matter at all. Block the 0-1. Yeah, a little far away from this one being good. I'm gonna say go here. We had to put in the Stoneforge and probably Lotus Petal ourselves to like put in this Batter Skull, and then it gets elked and we're real bummed out. And yeah, if he elks the Vial, the 3/3 could attack into the Oko. Wait, no, it's at 5 loyalty, and it's literally unkillable by creature combat. The most interesting Magic card in the world. Planeswalkers. Enchantments with extremely busted abilities that are designed to be power checked by the ability to combat them with creatures. Naturally, you would want to make them unkillable in combat. Well, that's a bummer, ain't it? So I guess we could file in our Stoneforge and then pro-green it to just, like, gain a light. Oh no, that's bad because they have an Oko that hasn't activated yet, so we just let this thing die. I don't care about 1 damage. No, Oko's good against literally anything that's trying to play a fair game of Magic. Yeah, I guess we just block the Hierarch with just a Stoneforge if they just attack with it. You gonna elk my Vial yet? Board state's just much better than mine. I'd love to get this Vial up to 3 though, so this Flicker Wisp actually has a chance of salvaging this horrendous mess of a game. We just need to rip like 3 lands in a row and then cast this Cataclysm. Yeah, Oko's good against people playing fair Magic, then also can elk Emrakul's and Grizzlebrands and Marillages and... I guess we get Sword of Fire next. Neither of these are coming into play anytime soon. I'm just gonna send this Vial at the Oko, I think. Just into the Engineer is fine. Can we draw a land that isn't Karakas would be nice. I specifically did say land that is not Karakas. Alright. So plan is what? Hit the, or like attempt to hit the Oko, probably get blocked by this Aether Vial, or block the Engineer. We have to sorcery speed our Batterskull, and it gets elked. We have the ability to maybe Flicker Wisp it at some point, and they want to also be elking my Vial and stuff, so probably correct. I want to say Scuba, but I've seen Squeeze other things harder than mine too. This matchup, this game is not unwinnable. It's definitely not good. It would be much better if we had drawn any other land in our whole deck. But we're not dead. We're just mostly dead. Also, if we just like rip 2 lands off the top, we can cast this Cataclysm, which brings you out of some pretty disgusting board states. Yeah, they can elk my Batterskull. But hopefully we can get to Flicker Wisp at some point eventually. We get like Flicker Wisp the Batterskull. There's probably elk the Batterskull, and then elk the Vial after that or something, but then we're getting a sizable board state that they need to contend with. Yeah, where'd Min go? Min missed it. We did draw the 3rd Karakas, and I completely blame him for it. What if they steal the Batterskull? They can't steal the Batterskull. It doesn't take... it only takes creatures with power 3 or less. It does not take artifacts. They can exchange their artifacts, but they can only exchange it for your creatures. Also, if they solve the Batterskull, we could still Flicker it and get it back. Yep. Elk the Batterskull. Yeah, I don't blame you. Oko also has a lot of text that is also super convoluted. Alright, what do we want to draw here? I guess like just like Phyrexian Revoker. Just a 2 and we don't have that many. Phyrexian Revoker would be the best to stop getting pasted by this Oko as badly. Although, I guess our best draw is just lands. At least we can't draw Karakas now. Alright. What's happening? Vendilion Click. It's a weird one. no, my Cataclysm. This is my only chance of winning. You got it, boss. Now we need to Crocus the Click if we want to attack the Oko. I don't know. Attacking the Oko seems like a fool's errand. Because if we Crocus the Click, we can't put in the sword. But the sword's like not great in this board state anyway. Currently exhibit a Lavinia questing beast and Oko. Just have essays right now. Yeah, I mean, cards printed in 2019, right? Yeah, Oko's plus, other plus, and ultimate, I'll just say, go fuck yourself, opponent. The details are, you can kind of hand wave from them. Yeah, I don't know what they take here. There's an argument for, like, any of these cards, honestly. I guess probably not an argument for the Flicker Wisp, because they are very likely just going to elk my file, and I'm never going to cast this Flicker Wisp. If they don't take my Cataclysm, though, I'm just never taking this Click off the board, so I can cast this Cataclysm. And by never taking it off the board, I meant never Croxing it, because I will definitely just Source of Plowshare and attack the Oko for 4 here. Could Wasteland them off of black, but that sounds extremely ambitious. Yeah, it's fine. But my opponent knows my hand, so I'm just gonna have 6. We drew the Plow. It was the only card they didn't know about, and we cast it, so. If they elk my file, though, they need to have a plan. Because I will have a pretty big board state at that point. But if they don't elk my file, they need to be worried about this Flicker Wisp. Halfway there, yeah. Just fucking... Yeah, just let it +2 and go up to 6, and then it's still just like a million years from dying. What is this? A 4-drop? Green Sun for 3? What is it even gonna be? Labeled? It's not that scary. Courser, that's also not scary. So Plague Engineer on the top of their deck, that's like kind of annoying. Means my Flicker Wisp doesn't get to do anything here. I'm gonna potentially Wasteland their Underground Sea. Oh, they are gonna do that. Ooh, so we can cast Cataclysm. So that's a good plan. We can cast Cataclysm this next turn, which is very good for us. Makes me like not even want to play this Wisp. Of course, it makes Cata kind of awkward. Yeah, you're not wrong. It does let them rebuild a lot better. I'm just going to attack this Oko for 3 here, and then say go. I mean, my opponent knows the 3 cards that are remaining in my hand, so I'm still going to be attacking this Oko. I think I just said go here. They're drawing a second Oko. We could Wasteland this Underground Sea so they can't cast their Plague Engineer. But they also are just going to be drawing a second Oko, which we also can't beat. I think we just let them have the Plague Engineer. We need to finagle some fucking wild-ass way to get out of this mess. Probably just involves drawing like Source of Plowshares, right? Or Council's Judgment. So we can get rid of the Courser and their Cataclysm gets better. Sure. Sure. Pay gonna cast this engineer. There's Senko. Factory's neat. I think I just want to flicker this food and attack this Oko now. Like, they could easily probably do have a removal spell, and then they're gonna engineer my Wisp. I think that's fine. Well, as fine as it could be. I guess I didn't have to actually play this Factory, because I might have just wanted to hold the land, because we might just end up Crocus Cataclysming, and just having extra lands would be nice. And it would take Leyline Singularity to allow Crocus to pick up all our elves. Good question. They drew Snow-Covered Swamp Leovold with that Brainstorm, in addition to the... I already forgot what's on the top of the deck. Oh, the Needle. So Snow-Covered Swamp's probably below this. Just gonna kill this food token. Sure. That's fine. They have a second Oko in hand, so I'm like not super troubled by the fact that I'm not getting it off the board. The top card's going to be the Swamp. Yep, so we're not going to wasteland the Underground Sea, because they're still just going to engineer my... Flicker Wisp. Problem is they get to keep Courser and Plague Engineer. And they have the second Oko in hand. Needle, sure. Yeah, and the Astrolabe. Against Crocus, sure. Just gonna let them like play into this Cataclysm if they're just gonna keep playing into it. If they're just gonna keep playing into it. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop attacking. I can't get through this board anyway. I guess I should not have yield though. Factory can actually do things. Like, are they just gonna cast Green Sun for 3 here? What does this even get? Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath. I mean, sure, yeah, go for it, opponent. Yeah, just please keep playing cards. Either they have Force of Will, or they just don't remember what Cataclysm does. Either way, we're either going to win this game in a landslide, or we're, like, going to die pretty fast. Yeah, I have to assume that there's a Force of Will in their hand. And that's, like, why they're not casting the Leovold, maybe? Nah, this is probably a decent turn to go for this. I'm trying an Astrolabe. No, there's no reason to. They have 3 minutes on the clock. Activate Factory, cast Cataclysm. There's a possibility I could do that too, yeah. They're drawing Scoos. You can play their Bayou, sure. Their hand is this Leovold and Scoos. Those are the only cards we know about. So I'm going to block one of these because we need to keep an Elk. This is the worst looking Kata. This is a really good looking Kata if it somehow resolves. I should have chump blocked if I was going to do that. Sure. This is absolutely just Force of Will. Come on, cast that, dang, they're not casting the Noble. Oh, well. Do I even want this Factory? We're not going to win. We're very, very much going to lose, but we can buy a bunch of time, which is nice. I guess less time now that they have an Uro in play. And our Crocus is turned off. We get to keep the Needle around. Yeah, I guess we do kind of want the Factory, don't we? What don't I want? This other Crocus. didn't have a Cataclysm. Or didn't have a Force of Will. They were just, like, playing into it as hard as possible. I definitely should have kept the Caracas. I didn't think they were going to actually sack the Needle, but okay. Because I'm muscle memory into never keeping Caracas. But it was our last Caracas, so it actually didn't matter. We could have definitely kept it. But yeah, they have 2 minutes. They're just, like, not going to win game 3. We were definitely not going to win this game, even with our Cataclysm. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. They have an Abrupt Decay in their hand, I believe, so this isn't good. Blink the Arrow? Oh, that's probably a better plan. Because they have Abrupt Decay in their hand. They can decay the Germ. Let me just jump off this Arrow, like, twice, though. Which is obviously worse, but... Wasn't thinking about just blowing up the Arrow. Definitely not a line that comes up a lot. Blink Arrow kills it, is the thing. No, Blink Arrow wasn't bad. Sure. Their life total is 47. Their seconds on the clock is less than their life total. I don't believe they'll win this match. Yeah, this is game 2. Which is, like, they're just gonna die. Waste them. Waste myself. This is lethal now, right? If they elk their Astrolabe. Yup. Yeah, they're dead. They have literal 10 seconds on their clock. How much BM is it to just board in my 75? Too much BM. Let's submit. Call it a day. Game's over. It's pretty BM. It'd be kind of funny, though. Like, they literally can't win. It's 10 seconds on the clock. There is a 0% chance that they're winning this match. Deafening Silence go. Sure, keep. This hand's actually good, too. How much time do I have when I beat Maverick? I think it was like 2.5 minutes. This hand's actually just very good, though. It's the funny thing. Like, Violent Apport. When we cancel Judgment and Crusader. Crusader seems exceptional against their deck. They literally have 0 seconds on the clock. We did it! Playing the Moto Claw. It's not my fault my opponent played super slowly. I was playing slow and I was up like 4 minutes on them. I was gonna have to be playing that game 3 fast if they were playing it at like a reasonable pace. Can't elk the clock. We were absolutely dead that game too, though. Like, that Cataclysm was not going to win us that game by any stretch. They had a lot of pieces in play that were very good against the card Cataclysm. This hand's solid. It's got a stupid Batter Skull in it, but other than that, it looks good. Keep. Oh dear. Oh dear, we're just getting dredged by double LED dredge hands. Nice. Well, we tried. Both teams tried hard. Yeah, sure, therapy yourself. Wait, this hand sucks. Those LEDs don't do anything. If they don't flip a Faithless Looting off the first 6 on this dredge, there's a very real chance we can win this game. Maybe not very real, but there's a chance we could win this game. Do I wasteland? No, I don't wasteland this Confluence. Because they're just going to dredge. They can't cast anything besides Elder Therapy in their hand, which I don't care about. We just want to get to the point where we can revoke these LEDs. Hopefully they don't flip. If they flip a Faithless Looting, we do instantly die. Well, that's not a Faithless Looting. Sword starting the troll in the graveyard. What do they name here? Hopefully not this Phyrexian Revoker. It'd be a pretty safe bet, though. Nope, they just named Thalia a deal. Thalia's not even good here. You have so much mana, opponent. Definitely gonna revoke these Lion's Eye Diamonds. Problem is they get to Cabal Therapy my double plow, which is kind of annoying. But we're still in an okay spot. Uh-oh. Now they get to Cabal Therapy my plows and my Stoneforge Mystic, so we're in a much worse spot. Do they even attack here? How much do I care about their one bridge? I don't think I would. Would I trade a Mom for it? I don't think so. I need a lot of tools to win this game because they're just going to double therapy me here. And take my plows and then see the Stoneforge Mystic and then take the Stoneforge Mystic. And even if I block this, they can still easily double therapy me with the zombie and the Narcomoeba. They don't have anything. They would have to actually use their last thing to double therapy here. They're 100% going to, though. They can't beat the Stoneforge Mystic. Very likely. I kind of wanted to leave up the plow last turn, but I think the threat of them flipping a Faithless Looting was just too high, because if they flipped a Looting, we just instantly died. Even if we had plow up here, though, they could still take the other plow and the Stoneforge because we didn't have double white or anything. So if I let this through, they just Therapy Sacking the Icarid, Therapy Sacking the Narcomoeba, I get 2 zombies in play. I don't think this Mom's important. I think I trade this Mom. But yeah, now they definitely just therapy name Swords and then see the Stoneforge, so then they will therapy naming Stoneforge. And then we're in a pickle. We need to draw a Remorseful Cleric. That'd be a good draw. What's their hand right now? What's the other? Did they dredge double Grave Troll? Yeah. Their hand is just Grave Troll, Grave Troll. Yep, name plows. And then they sack the Narcomoeba, name Stoneforge. Otherwise we get to, put File and Stoneforge to cast the Chite. Which is very hard for them to beat. Yep. So we got a little time here. Not a lot. They're drawing like 6 cards a turn, essentially. Not an especially good draw. not blocking, so... The Ziggurat's can't come back right now, which is nice. Get a brief reprieve from that. They dredge this Grave Troll. They hit a bunch of new dredgers. 2 looting, so this thing's never... Once we get within range of casting the Batter Skull too, we're not in an especially good spot. Take the Develop 3. Drop a Mom. Sure. Yeah, they can't really bring back the Ziggurats yet, but there's no bridges in right now, so it's not really super punishing for them. Be ambitious if they brought an Icarus back right now. They trust the Imp. Ox. Alright. That's a reason to potentially wasteland them. But they can't cast it ever. Unless they take a natural draw step. So I just wasteland them if they take a natural draw at some point. This attack doesn't really make any sense to me, but okay. Unless they're going to sack their thing, which they aren't. File on 3. Cool. They only have 1 black creature in the graveyard, so they're still not bringing back their Icarus yet. So I think we can attack with this Mom right now. Take file up to 5 for Batter Skull. Big brain plays. This thing can't come back, right? Yeah, red. If they ever take a natural draw at some point, for some ungodly reason, then we'll just waste the Confluence just in case. But until then, we don't need to, because it's not going to cast anything. Unless we have, like, a Thalia in play. But I doubt they're ever going to take a natural draw, because they need to find more action, right? They're just going to dredge this Grave Troll. Yep. Oh, Hogak. That could be bad soon. But it's not bad right now. But it will be bad next turn because they can bring back double Icarus if they want. Come on, Remorseful Cleric. Oh, we have Karakas. Yeah, it's not that bad because they can't sack it a bunch. You right. Cleric. Yes! I'm so good at this game, chat. I am a master. That's how we do it. Their hand is literally 4 Grave Trolls and a Stinkweed Imp. So, they don't have any bridges. Yeah. Wow, blocking? Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason to let them do anything. We do have to kill them before they move to discard, but that should be fine. The slow roll is so the opponent can read Remorseful Cleric. I guess I didn't think about that. Yeah, I think them naturally discarding is just going to be too slow here. Too bad this isn't a City of Brass. We can't clock them. We'll port it, though, because they are taking natural draw steps. They could draw real spells. I should have actually wasted them last turn. They could have drawn, like, a Careful Study. I didn't think about that. But getting this Batter Skull potentially online is very nice for us. But it's just going to be too slow. We can attack them for 3, and then... They play... Yeah, they play City of Brass and Mana Confluence. So even if they draw... Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I cast the Batter Skull. Because they'll draw and then move to discard, and we won't have lethal in play, so I think I do. Yeah, I don't think there's, like, a draw step. They need to, like, careful study into, like, land careful study, and then even then I think they're just dead, because they can't get enough power on board to beat just, like, double momming the Batter Skull, attacking them for lethal, pro-blue, pro-black. So I think even with, like, the most nutty dredge, then they're just dead. Whew. Skill game. Skill game, chat. I think my opponent should not have kept their 7, to be fair. I think their 7 was pretty weak. I'm far from a dredge expert, but their 7 felt very slow. Alright, sideboard time. Cut the bad cards, board in the good cards. If they hit looting, you flat out die. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's like, it's really slow though, and like, you're on the play with a dredge 7, right? It's the London Mulligan. You can mull to a faster hand. Double LED is like only... I don't know. Warren Chamber's Dredge. It's like a stopgap to get to your rest in pieces when you're on the draw. Or on the play, if you have like an armchair rest in piece, you can go to like turn 1 chant you. So they can't do anything. Yeah, exactly. Game 1, if you're playing Dredge, I think you just want a more explosive hand. Their hand was, like, kind of slow. Yeah, we could probably at least board in 1 because Prelate sucks. We could probably even board in, like, 2 and just cut 2 Wisps or some shit, right? Just do this. Just have chance. Chance for days. Just the plan of like turn 1 chant, turn 2 rip or cleric or something to try to buy time. This is a matchup where the kicker actually might matter. Unlikely to, but you never know. Yeah, their hand just felt like it was too dirtily. Like, their hand was good against Force of Will, I guess, but I imagine a lot of Dredge hands are good against Force of Will. This hand does not seem good against Dredge. My expert analysis. This hand also doesn't seem very good against Dredge. If there was a Vial, it might be okay. Because we could eventually try to get to Recruiter for Cleric. I think we're fine going to 5 here. This hand's pretty lackluster. Again, especially on the draw against Dredge. I think we need to mulligan pretty aggressively. All these hands are very bad. My opponent kept 7. I think we're just not going to win. Unless my opponent kept a 7 like last time. Yeah, I'm just deciding whether or not this is a keep 5 and butt clench or a go to 4. Because this is like a serviceable 5 if we draw well. If we, like, find good hate cards, or, like... But, like, going to 4, we just have, like, an abysmal 4 and just, like, really roll over, whereas this 5 can, like, win in some weird world. It'd probably be, like, put back Canopy Vial, honestly. And just go, like, Mom Thalia. I don't think a lot of our 4s are gonna win this, unless it's like land, rip, Orm's Chant. Gonna get memed on by Engineer. Yeah, good luck casting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this. I think this is what we're gonna do. I mean, we obviously have to draw pretty nicely to do anything here. We're just gonna get like looting and then oh geez, double LED hands, huh? Maybe my opponent doesn't have a draw spell. Worked out last time. Oh no, yeah, this game. 2 more lootings? Alright, deal. Go for it, opponent. Yeah, the start looks a lot familiar, but a lot better, because they had a draw spell. Oh man, they get to Ox? They don't even have to cast the looting? Because Ox draws 3? Let's just see them flop their deck. Turn 1, they have no deck. I've seen better starts out of Dredge. In a prelim, I was playing for the 4-1 against Dredge. We were both 3-1. Game 1, my opponent wins the die roll, and on turn 1 has 5 cards left in their library. And then game 2, I go like land vial or whatever, land go, and then they on turn 1 have 4 cards left in their library. And then I died. They have 18 cards. This is rookie numbers. We usually could just like see here and like watch them flip through their deck for if they brought in hate cards. Although maybe I just concede now. This therapy on this deck. We've seen most of their deck and they have no hate cards, right? They might only board them in on the draw, to be fair. See like Lotus Petal so they can go faster? Yeah. I mean, we're just never winning this game, obviously. Alright. Then we're gonna hit submit. Nope, we get a rest in peace hand. Yeah, those cards suck. Every card with Phyrexian. Ban every card with Phyrexian mana. Yeah, fuck Molten Steel Dragon, that piece of shit. Malik7D, thanks for the follow. Appreciate the support. Slash Panther, yeah, get that shit out of here. Whatever that like 6/5 with trample is or whatever. It's like 4 and like double Phyrexian green or something. Would love to play first. Moto. Also love to never ever keep this hand against Dredge. Alright, no. Probably dying. Turn 3. Oh, did my opponent mulligan, I guess is an important question. Appreciate the D&T gameplay. This is regular currency. Yeah, I stream a ton of Death in Texas. If you look at my old VODs or like my YouTube channel, there is a lot of Death in Texas content. I think regardless of if my opponent mulligans or not, I think this is just going to be a mull. I think turn 3 Remorse Flare is just not nearly good enough. Yeah, there was a brief period of Bomberman content, certainly. But kept 7? Yeah, this hand is not gonna cut it. This hand doesn't even have hate! This hand does have... I probably have to play this Vial on turn 1 and the Deafening Silence on turn 2, which is really gross. Deafening Silence on turn 1 could definitely buy me a decent amount of time, but I don't think it buys me enough time. Multi 2 for a stretch or 1, keep going. Yeah, but you need, like, Leyline for that. I have Rest in Peace, so I need lands to cast that. And I need to survive their turn 1. What is this hand beating? A hand that goes, like, Careful Study Go. If we go turn 1 Vial, we get the chance to, like, actually play the Deafening Silence before they go off and then stall into Recruiter for Cleric. Multi 2, rip land, and draw the second land. Yeah, I don't think this hand's good enough. If it has a second land, I think it's keepable, but... This hand would struggle versus a sealed deck. I don't know, turn 1 Aether Vial is probably fine. I mean, we have 2 very bad cards in sealed. But, like, Crusader and Plow and Recruiter are probably pretty busted in sealed, right? Alright, never mind, we're dying. I guess I keep 2 lands Deafening Silence. I don't think I'm supposed to keep this Plow. I think I need to keep the second land so I can draw my rip. I'm not mulliganing to 2. I think this is about This is a decent 3. Alright. This rip right on the top of our library. I can taste it. Was that what hand we talked about before? No, it was a 5. We had a mold before that was just very bad. Alright, this is a start. Don't mold this forever. Our 4 was like 5 lands, Mom, Aether Vial. I think there are a lot of 4s that can be better than that 5. or yeah. No, wait, this is our 3. Yeah, our 4 was like 5 lands, Mom, Aether Vial. Slowly tap 2 mana. Float 2 mana, tank for a little bit. Oh man, the second land to cast their looting. Oh yeah, see they brought in their recipes hate. Now we're gonna draw the recipes, I'll be sad. Hopefully we'll just draw the Remorseful Cleric, that would be nice. Like we have the same card twice here. You're not wrong. There is one Icarid. It might come back this turn. I'm attacking. Let's just top deck Remorseful Cleric. Easy. We're gonna top deck Rest in Peace. I'm gonna be so sad that we can't cast it because we have Arthalia in play. It's 3 bridges. 3 is a lot of bridges. I don't think they can afford to attack here anyway with 3 bridges because we would gladly block and break them all. Yeah, I think they just have to therapy. Yep. Name some dredge thing. Wow, that's a hand. Dread Return is not really that threatening. Better Skull could actually do something. Probably not. I guess I'm attacking here. I really don't think they're blocking, so. Dread Return incoming. What? They can't Dread Return anything scary. So we get a Dread Return their Wisp-Mare to blow up my Deafening Silence? The old Troll's fine. We have a Mother of Runes. It seems like they likely only brought in their hate on the draw. Which makes sense. I think the game plan is usually just go under Death and Taxes when you're on the play. They have another therapy? Yeah, they do. They can just therapy this Batter Skull and just make 3 more zombies and crush me into the dirt. And then they just don't attack here to make 12 more zombies, or 6 more zombies. Yep. Now it's too late to actually find our Graveyard Hate. Yeah, not quite gonna do it. Unfortunate. Game did not work out. We took game 1, which is big, but then we mulliganed to 3 and didn't see any Graveyard Hate, which sucked. Burned all our luck in that game 1. I feel like a very reasonable chance of just winning. When you still game 1 against Red, your odds of winning the match go up a lot. Sand is solidly medium. 5 lands, but a lot of them are spell lands. I really don't like this hand. This hand is 8 cards in it, though. That is broken. We have 8 cards in our hand. Unbeatable. I think this hand is passable. Not excited about it, but on the play, Stoneforge Prelate are good against a decent swath of strategies, and we have spell lands. Hoping we're against like Delver or something. Stoneforge and a Prelate one. Give them the business. Or we're against a deck that can't beat a Sanctum Prelate. Strand, Island, Preordained. Just makes me think Breach. Just every time. I think regardless, I think we're just going to Stoneforge for Sword of Fire and Ice to try to protect the Prelate. If we can get like a Prelate on 2 with a Sword of Fire and Ice on it, I think that's a way you can actually win. It's a port turn? No, they topped 1. It's definitely not a port turn. They bottomed both, then maybe. But I think my game plan is their Breach. We're going to play a Stoneforge Mystic, get Sword of Fire and Ice, play a Sanctum Prelate on 2, hope it doesn't die to a Lightning Bolt, and then put a Sword of Fire and Ice on it. And if they aren't Breach, Sword of Fire and Ice is still a good choice. If they're like on Delver or something, Sword of Fire and Ice is still good. If they're on Sneak and Show, Sword of Fire and Ice is still like a fine choice. Or if they're on Miracles or some nonsense. But Basic Mountain. Ooh, Volcanic. Dying? Yeah, we're dying. Never mind. Both teams tried hard. Oh yeah, we're super dying. Jesus. Okay, cool. Are we not dying? He's just BMing me. Brain freeze? Just gonna thought scour themselves a bunch? Alright, we're not dead yet. Thought scour doesn't go infinite. It costs a mana. They drew into Lion Size Diamond, Jesus. That's a beating. There's 7's Reclamation, which makes my Prelate a lot worse. All Thought get discarded to LED. That is true. That means it's like... Oh, there's Intuition. That's lethal, right? So there's Intuition for Brain Freezes now. Yeah, Thought Scour's in the Seven's Reclamation Grape Shot versions. Gonna figure it out. Cast the Intuition, target me. They can also just Grape Shot. They have the Grape Shot. They can honestly just Grape Shot me here. They don't even need to Brain Freeze. They could just, like, LED... Wait, do they have enough? They have 13 cards, so they would need to exile 6. Actually, I think they would be at a... I think they have exactly enough to LED, Grape Shot me. with this brain freeze opponent. You clicked the wrong brain freeze, dang. Fucked up. I basically usually let my breach opponents go off until they target me with a brain freeze. Just because I like to see the variations in the different deck lists. They honestly probably should have like just targeted me with the top of the stack instead of the bottom. Yeah, they're just on the pretty stock intuition version. Probably 2 bolts and a grape shot. Alright. Board in these things. Cut this bad card. That. Shave this. I think I might actually want to leave in GTA more than sort of Fahrenheit to deal with mentors. So this is my usual boarding plan, and then I cut the GTA. And then in game, if you get to game 3, you usually cut the number of the plows again, because assuming they see a plow on their mentor, they go down on mentors. Scarfire is just so much better, though. Maybe it's, I think with 3 plows, I think maybe in game 3 you're supposed to bring in the GTA because it's still a mentor answer if they still randomly have one, but it's better than a plow. If we were on Esper, we wouldn't have any game wins right now. Is the main problem. This stands pretty good. Alright. We're just gonna go land go. Unless we draw like a Thalia. If we draw a Stone Forge, I think we'd still go land go. It's not super important to hold up Ormstead on turn 2. Post-board games, you don't generally die on turn 2 a lot, especially on the draw. They settle in for like a much longer answer your threats sort of game. I'm playing the LED out to play our Thalia. Thought they were just gonna kill me there for a second. Pedal LED brain freeze. Rashad boarding is a little bit scary here. We're well set up to survive this game with Mom plus Prelate on 2. Puts them to like plows and bolts that they need multiple of to handle the Prelate. And we have the ability to recruit up like a second Prelate and then put that Prelate on like 1 and then lock them out basically. I'm tempted to just try not to die this turn and just hold up the Orms chant right now. Do you think you can not die next turn if you avoid casting chant? What if I just port them? There's definitely worlds that we die, right? They just like play a second land and kill me. Place like second land, breach, freeze just kills me. The problem is if I don't know. I don't think I'm supposed to port here. Definitely tricky. also a chance that they just don't go off this turn. And we just get to keep our chant. If they cast a breach, I'm going to let them discard their hand. Because we have the ability to... If they, like, brain freeze themselves, we have the ability to recruiter a Remorse Cleric and, like, exile all their stuff anyway. I would be surprised if they had Spell Pierce. Very much so. So let this resolve. They're casting Intuition here. And then we just chant them in response to the Intuition, I guess? We could just let this resolve too, and then let them brain freeze themselves. Because they could go get, like, 3 more Underworld connections. We don't let it resolve. What happens if we don't let it... Oh, you get counter magic as part of it? I guess that's, like, kind of scary. Yeah, I think chanting now is correct. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure. Because we don't have any ways to... I guess we can go just get the Remorse Cleric anyway if we need to stop them from going off the following turn. Because they can just go get 3 breaches, and then we'll have breach plus LED, and they can, like, almost go off. They still need, like, the freeze, obviously. But if they go get, like, a 7's Reclamation pile, then we just get to Recruiter for Remorse Cleric and Cleric them, and then they're just hellbent. Loving this pause. Yes, it was a very good, very solid. Yeah, they might just set up for the 7's Reclamation pile and just do, like, breach, breach whatever, brain freeze. Yeah. Alright, so we give them the... We don't want any of these cards being in their hand, right? I guess we can give them the 7's Reclamation, right? We don't super care about that. Because they would need to put the breach in the graveyard. I don't think I want to give them the freeze, give them the Mentor. Mentor, I don't know, Mentor is scary. Mentor's the way we lose this game, right? We do get to just potentially... We can't wasteland them next turn either. So they could just cast the Mentor and, like, ice me, right? There's also a world that just don't give them the Reclamation. I don't know if that's correct. I'm just going to Recruiter Cleric and then Cleric their whole yard. So the Reclamation doesn't do anything. The only thing the Reclamation does is it buys back a breach if they find one later. Yeah. Put Wreck in the grave, not hand. But I don't want to give them the brain freeze, because then they have the combo if they find another Underworld connection, right? Or Underworld breach. That's the issue. I think I want to give them... I'm pretty sure I do want to give them this 7's Reclamation. 7's Reclamation doesn't do anything. I'm fairly confident. Don't even need to Recruiter it. Now we just get to Wasteland port them. Yeah, I'm not going to put in the Cleric yet. They can, like, cast the... They can put the Reclamation on the stack first. Hey, Various One, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. They need like 5 mana to go for it still. They need to like find another LED. I don't think they can realistically beat Cleric plus like Prelate on one. I don't think we put it on 2 because they already have the 7's Reclamation in hand. Although I guess Prelate on 2, because the Remorse Cleric beats the 7's Reclamation, so Prelate on 2 is just like pretty much game. One, I can still draw Rip. I mean, you're not wrong. I don't know how much I care about that though. Putting on 1 would also turn off like their cantrips and stuff, so it'd be hard for them to draw out of this. And we're also just going to recruit her slowly and then get the Prelate on 2 the following turn, so yeah, I think 1 is fine. I don't think they can beat Prelate on 1 and 2 and Remorseful Cleric. Let's playing Pyroclast. Yeah, they're just dead. Interesting. Seems like good if you're having trouble with the Death and Taxes matchup, but Death and Taxes matchup seems fine. So they actually didn't see any Source of Plowshares out of me, so I think they're just going to leave in Mentors so we can leave in our Plows. Yeah, Boardian Pyroclasm versus Death Shadow seems ambitious, certainly. Escape it 3 times. Take that, Death Shadow. Yeah, Delver's the only thing it kills, though, right? You're a Gurmag Angler Death Shadow deck. Seems like pretty nonsense. I think we're just going to hit submit again. It was a good Aura Mischant, that's for sure. The fact that you can like stop them from comboing and then also finagle your way into like mind rotting them is pretty strong. I think I'm supposed to keep this hand. It's a little risky for Val gets wear teared, but we're on the draw. We have very powerful cards. I wonder if my opponent brought in Silence to play around my silences. I wonder if my opponent's going to kill me on turn 1. Sure. What do they have here? They need like another Lotus Petal? Or an LED, obviously. And then the Breach. I hope this pause is that they really fucked up. Yay! We did it! Skill game. Skill game. Breach matchup so easy. We had 2 Aura Mischants in our hand, and then we won the game. I'm not saying they're related, but... Real talk, though, that Aura Mischant was, like, pretty hot in game 2. I think the situations where you get to mind twist them with your Aura Mischant is gonna make them especially powerful. Imagine needing to cast or breach it. It was so good, my opponent was just like, nope, can't do it. I mean, that's always been kind of true of, like, whenever there's a best deck in the format, it doesn't matter because, like, people are really bad. so you'll be able to like beat most competent, like most semi-competent and below players. Like I used to talk to Cyrus a bunch about like the Death Taxes versus Ant matchup, and he was just like, straight up, don't worry about it because people fucking suck at Magic, and sometimes you'll play against the Cyruses of the world, and like they'll crush you because they're insane storm magicians. But like the average Magic player, you're just gonna do fine. It's such a Cyrus thing to say. Yeah, I mean, it's a very Cyrus way of thinking. And he's definitely absolutely not wrong. Sometimes you just like, okay, maybe my matchup against this deck isn't that bad. My matchup against players is just going to be bad, and that's just life. There are Magic players out there that are just extremely good and will run circles around you. Don't sideboard for your don't sideboard for your Cyrus matchup or your JPA matchup. Sideboard for your Ant matchup or your Sneak and Show matchup. So where does Mindbreak Trap land us in that game 2? What did they do? They just... I think they went like Brainstorm, Breach, Crack LED, Intuition, right? They had like 2 LEDs. Oh yeah, absolutely. That example is very good for when you're thinking about your Death and Taxes matchup too. Because Death and Taxes players are really bad at Magic. Don't tell anyone. We could deport them. Trap wins, but it's technically... But yeah, I think Trap is as good because they had Intuition. But there's a chance we don't win that. Because my concern with Trap is that sometimes they'll just have a stocked graveyard, and then you trap their Brain Freeze, and then they'll be like, okay, I'll crack my... LED and cast like 2 Ponders to try to hit like more gas, and if not, at least I'll try to like set up to go off in the future. Which trap we're talking about? Mindbreak Trap. I guess that's a legitimate question because that other trap, the black one, is also playable in the matchup. Whatever that card is. The other trap. I think the other trap is probably not that good either. I think it's worse than Mindbreak because it's just really bad at actually beating Brain Freeze. Yeah, Rav Trap, that's the one. Sounds kind of butts. Shake Lion. I feel like I've played against them and they're like a combo player. Rav Trash is more like it. You're not wrong. It's the Belchery Emmerich. Wow. My brain actually did something. I do think this hand is medium-ish. They are on like combo bullshit. This hand is horrendous. I don't think... Well, we already lost the die roll, so I don't think most of our hands are going to be Belcher or Reanimator, to be fair. Alright, yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think we're going to bottom the second Thalia. In the quote-unquote blind, it's probably correct. Even against most combo decks, it's probably also correct. Put him logging to 5. Whoa, Snowguard Island. Preordain. Are they on the Breach train? Seems like pretty good against like most things, so. This hand's not very good against Breach, because most of your hands aren't good against Breach. That's just life. How many combo decks have we faced so far? This would be the third one if they are on a combo deck. Misty, whoa, not Breach. Hold on, hold the phone. What's going on over here, opponent? What you got cooking on your side of the table? Omni, yeah, it's looking like Omniscience is. I think I'm supposed to cast this Thalia. Frogger's not bad. Yeah, it could be blue-green because of the Misty. That doesn't really inform any of our decisions, but nice, that just resolved. That's good for me. Unfortunately, even if they just like have like a Grizzlebrand or something, Prismatic Vista. Does blue-green Omni play that? I know blue-red doesn't. I guess we're about to find out, right? Yep. My best guess would be blue-green Omni now. Which is certainly threatening. I think I'm just going to Rashad and Port my opponent. Yes, Thalia Port is definitely a reasonable game plan. Especially with our Aether Vial going, so we can have additional pressure. Yeah, sure, Ice Wing Waddle. Yeah, I call it blue-green Omni. They play like 0 to 1 Eurekas. Thought it was effectively no. It's had a minor resurgence due to cards like Veil of Summer. Moist Junk, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. I'd appreciate my opponents to stop hitting land drops. Oh, the card Eureka, yeah. It sees play sometimes in these decks. I think I just want to get Batterskull. We already have the sword, so it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna port them and then put in either the sword. Whoa! What the fuck? Opponent, you're so far from being dead. What is happening? This is the show and tell. Like, I don't know about that. I've heard that blue-green has had some lackluster performances and people are moving back to blue-red. Well, then keep your secrets. Yeah, right? The fuck's going on over there? Secretly not blue-green? Well, these are the good cards. These are the bad ones. These are the okay cards. Oh, this one's actually good. Roger's bad, and Omni, because they don't play, like, they very rarely play Petal, and, like, they play one Grizzlebrand. The Force and the Quaddle were just, it was just bait. They're actually, like, they're actually just fucking breach. Yeah, we're playing Orm's Chant. It was miracles the whole time. I don't think, like, normal blue-green Omni can't even, like, fit Okos in the sideboard because they have a pretty robust wish package, and then they have to, like, they have, like, a couple sideboard spaces for other random shit. I think we want Chants before we want Cataclysms. Cleric's probably not good. Bring in all the Chants. Chant's pretty weak in this matchup. Definitely. Like, because all Chant does is, like, tries to buy you a turn from the turn you think that they're going to kill you, generally. It can also, you can, like, Chant in response to a Show and Tell in Omniscience, so you can, like, try to untap and Council Judgment it or something. It's not a good plan, but it is a plan. Cataclysm, I think, might actually be more reasonable because they hit a lot of land drops and you just want to kind of bad get in them. I don't know what I would cut for these Cataclysms, though. Jailer's probably not good. It's only good if they, like, Show and Tell in a fatty and you have the Jailer ready. That just, like, never happens versus Death and Taxes. It's possible I could cut Moms because they're so light on interaction as well. We'll actually cut GT. Let's just do that. Can't wait to see Breach players casting Orm Chant versus D&T before they go off. I mean, you just do that anyway if you have the capacity to play around random bullshit. This hand doesn't feel like it's good enough. We have the ability to Wisp plus Council Judgment missions. We have a Caracas. Yeah, that sounds good though. Although we're on the draw, I gotta get lucky. Because Because our stuff like Port and Thalia are definitely harder to get online. That sounds good enough. If it had a file, I'd be in. Alright, this hand seems a lot better. We can just bottom this sword because we're just going to get it back. I think it's more efficient. It might be more efficient to actually bottom a Stoneforge to keep the sword, though. I think we want to keep double Thalia because they might force will the first one. Yeah, it might just be more efficient to bottom the second Stoneforge. Just keep the sword. Rather than having to cast 2 Stoneforge Mystics to get all my equipment. I don't think the 1-2 body is really going to make a difference. Whew. The Island Go hands always make me worried. Because it makes me feel like I'm just going to die next turn. I'm just going to Ancient Tomb, Show and Tell, Omniscience, gotcha, idiot. What do we want to draw here? I guess just like Bile. Would I Orim's Chant my opponent if I drew it? Probably not. I think you just take the turn 2 wins. It's not like Orim's Chant buying me time to Thalia is really gonna take those games. Not dead. That's good. Victory is kind of nice. We have enough stuff that we're tapping out for that probably won't attack for a while, but still okay. Quaddle. Impulse, sure. Not dead yet, but probably pretty close. Just trade the Stoneforge anyway. Smell a show and tell coming. Yeah, shocker. It's Batter School. Dang, they have missions. How unlucky. Hey, Fluffy Wolf, thanks for the raid. Greetings. We're not dead, which is pretty wild, but we're probably just dead next turn. Unless we draw Council's Judgment, which would be a sick draw. We're not dead, but we're dead. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm going to put this Sword of Fire Knives on a Batter Skull and hit them for 8, and then if they somehow miss on, like, the 4-ish cantrips they get to cast this turn. Plus the fact that they can just wish for a kill. If they have a wish. Maybe I was actually supposed to put the Sword on Thalia for that reason. If I put the Sword on Thalia, I don't know that I can lethal them in 2 turns, though. I think this is the only way to... Yeah, we're technically not dead to just an Emrakul. But we're dead to just them casting Cunning Wish. Yeah. Oh no, they're just gonna go for the Emrakul. I guess they can go for Emrakul plus Grizzlebrand. That kills us. Yeah. Unless they get super greedy. What would super greedy even entail? Them drawing 7 after annihilating me for 6 and having a lethal threat in play? Just let them do their thing. I think they're just trying to find like a second Emrakul, so they can like for sure kill me. Hit me for 1. Should have shocked the snake. What a fool. After last match, never give up. There we go. Get to show me more cards. Cool. Shifting Ceratops, is that lethal? Oh, it is. Oh, no, it's not. I can block it. You can have the Shifting Ceratops opponent. Joke's on you, they have the second one? No, they need a green source too to give them both haste. Oh, they didn't give it haste. Oh no, it blocks! No! Now they can freely draw 7 cards. What a punt. Unlucky. Alright. I think we're just gonna hit Smith again. I don't think a Shifting Ceratops is ever going to kill us, basically. Might be worth keeping like the Palace Jailer in that scenario, but I almost just want this third Cataclysm, especially on the play. Like I said, these games are just about how many lane drops your opponent can hit a lot of the time because of your permission is so soft. Until you can find like Signet Prelate. So the ability to like get to a point where you can Cataclysm them back down to 1 lane can be really big. I wonder if the orange chances actually like suck in this matchup. Best friend Tabitha, thanks for the follow. We could go Crusader, I guess, for more Cataclysms. That looks fine. Orange Jags might just be bad in this matchup. I'm not. I guess they work decently with Council's Judgment. It's a possibility cutting Mom is fine. They do have like a handful of bounce spells though. USA Wolf Chen, thanks for the sub. Appreciate the support. Whoa, USO, I don't know. There's probably a number of ways to pronounce that. Elf Chen, there's Elf, there's Whoa. There's a lot of words in there that don't all go together. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name. Sanda's Tools. Who did your Thaliar? My girlfriend. Unfortunately, she's very bad at actually doing art. And I want her to make more emotes, and she just like refuses. She's very hard to get to actually do things. This hand's just not gonna cut it. This hand is not really gonna cut it. Bottom of the second Mom here. I enjoyed her tweet about beginning to understand all the Twitter banter. Yeah, that was very funny. I forget what I was explaining to her, but it was the fact that she understood it was pretty impressive. No, I don't have any good emote contacts. Mine is just literally my girlfriend. Alright, what are we trying to draw here? Rashaden Port. It's a little far away from being relevant. Oh, we're just getting turn 2. It's not even something we can draw. We could like Flicker Wisp and then chant them on their next turn, but we can't even like get. We'd have to like. We could maybe like Flicker Wisp chain at that point. I'm not positive. I show and tell in Cataclysm? Please? Go away. Sure. Sure. Why do they always have like 3 Quaddles every time they put in Omniscience? So I think if we draw a second Flicker Wisp, we can maybe chain off. We need to draw a second Flicker Wisp, and then like also draw a third Flicker Wisp, and then also draw a fourth Flicker Wisp. Not a good start. I'm not gonna kick this Orbital Chat. I'm happy if they attack me. Haha. Wow, what a jerk. And then we get Amargold. Oh, not yet. They're just getting the Omniscience on board. And then probably cantripping into lethal. Not dead yet. You got me. Fod, yes. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I mean, I guess they're not brainstorm locks because they have the Vista now. Need to draw a Flicker Wisp. And then another Flicker Wisp and just nothing but Flicker Wisp off the top of my deck for the rest of the game. I think we need to attack with this Mom. They have a third Quaddle. Sucks. But I think I just need to actually lethal them while they're missing. Also means we probably want to cast this file. In case we can get like 3/3/2 at some point. Probably doesn't matter. Winged Hussar MTG, thanks for the follow. Always appreciated. Not dead yet. Yeah, they learned their lesson from last turn and didn't attack. They did just like take an extra damage for no reason. Do we put these on 3 and 3? Because if we draw a Recruiter, we want to be able to go get a Wisp, right? And if we draw any 2, we can just cast it. I mean, if they have a counterspell, I'm a little sad. I don't think I've ever seen an Omni player whiff. I mean, they haven't whiffed yet. They're just gonna kill me the turn before I have lethal. I think I do want these on 3 and 3. Of course, that means we're gonna top deck a 2. Oh, nice, we didn't. I'm actually going to pro blue my Flicker Wisp and then attack proactively. I don't want them just jump blocking to buy time. I just need to kill them. Well, that's a good one. That is a good one to draw. That's a good one to impulse into. Yet not quite enough. Did not quite get there. Okay, I have this Cutting Wish. Yep, you got it, opponent. Yeah, we were pretty close to getting that from turn 2 Omniscience, which is pretty wild. Yeah, definitely not gonna do it there. Yeah, unfortunately, like none of our the Orbital Chat obviously not for the Omni matchup and didn't look great there. Would have bought us a turn if it didn't get countered, but like a lot of your hate that is usually geared towards other combo matchups. You don't usually specifically have very much Sneak and Show hate, or like Omni, Blue-Green Omni in that case. And like a lot of your Cyber cards aren't going to be good in that matchup anyway. The other cards you really want to win that matchup are like Leon and Relic Order, realistically. Or more Prelates, which is another option I've considered. I've considered just playing a shit pile of Sanctum Prelates to try to beat Breach. You just put them on like all the numbers so they can't win. The line was Vile up to... That does not seem like a super strong line. We needed to draw a Soldier. Whoa! Shake Line again! Alright. I guess they just finished their league. Guess we know what we're up against. Oh, turn 3. We're on the draw again, dicks. But we have turn 2 Pour into turn 3 Prelate, which is Shake Line. The part we literally just played last round. I think this ends a keep against Blue-Green Omni with a turn 2 Pour. Turn 3. If they don't have a force for the Prelate, we just win. Yeah, this usually only happens if one of the two players finishes their league. Whoa, they fucking went and queued in with Belcher. What a jerk. This is just an Echo hand, sure. This isn't even a very exciting Echo hand. They didn't like gain a bunch of mana beforehand. They only gained the Taiga. I mean, we are very likely dead. Time for the Burning Wish. He's gambling for another Echo. Alright, so we're just going in circles here. But now they have a lot more mana. Spin that wheel. Wow, this hand's very bad. I hope they can kill me. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna kill me. Kapow! The People's Cannon. Alright. And now we hard mold a Deafening Silence and Orm's Chant. Both teams indeed tried hard. I don't think I'm supposed to bring in Rest in Peace. It hits their Echo lines if they're for some reason going off on turn 2 and also like are echoing. I think our plan is never keep a hand without a 1-drop piece basically. And then die horribly in game 3, I suppose. Yeah, none of these cards are good, so... Snap Keep. The game is over. They can't win. Game 3. To game 3 we go, chat. Gotcha. Playing it out, huh? Are you going to continue to play it out? There we go. Deafening silence didn't get there, Thalia. Alright, and I guess we just hope they mull to oblivion, because there's no world that we win. Both players turn one to each other, you're not wrong. Yep, alright, well. I'm gonna keep a hand with Orm's chant and then die. Like, that's just the life we live. I'm not gonna keep this hand. This hand can't beat shit. Come on, mulligan opponent. Dicks. They kept 7. Now this is magic. Alright, this hand beats a... Okay, this hand almost beats nothing. None of these hands even have, like, Stoneforge to beat, like, a piddling number of goblins made on turn 1. Alright, well, we'll keep this. Yeah, if we untap, we win. If we don't, we die. So... Please don't kill me. Oh, we tried. Seems like we are dying. Well, they're making a non-piddling number of goblins. 14 is the flashpoint, right? 14 is the point A can't beat. I think if we draw Stoneforge in 2 turns, I think that it's possible that Mom plus Stoneforge can beat 14, but I'm not 100% on the math. That's not gonna help. Take 14, go to 6. No. That definitely. It's oh no, 14's on the draw. You need like 14. On the play, you need like 10. This is like way overkill. We play Stoneforge next turn, we're taking like fucking 25. I got my empty math mixed up. Please no shitposting in chat. Did we draw a Stoneforge? We didn't. Cool. Both teams tried hard. Oh wow, that was the end. I forgot. I forgot that was round 5. All right, quite the league, huh? So what do we play against? A bunch of like combo nonsense? Dredge, Breach, Omni, Belcher, and then Bug Snow? Or I mean Bug Zenith? Yeah. Need to still figure out if Orm's Chant is where I want to be. Obviously Belcher is like a non-factor. Omni does not feel good. Omni's never like felt super good. It's felt like okay, if you can. People keep saying that blue-green has a worse matchup against Death and Taxes than blue-red does. I've not felt that way. I learned Cyrus was right this league. No, Cyrus is wrong. Cyrus says that D&T is favored against Belcher. Cyrus is absolutely wrong. Do you consider Trap? Yeah, I've thought about Trap instead of Orm's Chant. I think Orm's Chant looks better on average against Breach is the big thing. Cyrus fucking swears up and down that Death and Taxes is favored versus Belcher, and he is absolutely insane. Ask him yourself. Cyrus is categorically wrong. He is objectively incorrect. And it blows my mind that, like, that's even, like, a consideration. But yeah, maybe he's just always lucky. No, because he'd be being unlucky there because he played like fucking 100 leagues of Belcher or something. He always talks about how he has like 500 matches of Belcher or whatever under his belt, and he's like, I played this deck a bunch, and like your Thalia matchups are just unfavored. It's like, Cyrus, shut the fuck up. You're super wrong. I don't care how many matches of Belcher you've played. Yeah, absolutely. Probably because he never molds. Maybe that's it. He just like keeps hands that like go off on like turn 3 and then die to turn 2 Thalia. I mean, Trap is good because it exiles like the Brain Freeze or something. But my concern about Trap is that it doesn't always prevent them from just killing you that turn. Talking about Breach specifically, because that's the matchup we're generally trying to attack. Because if you can Mind Break, you can trap the Brain Freeze or whatever. But then if they have a reasonably stocked graveyard, they can still like pop an LAD and like cast some like Ponders and Brainstorms and stuff to try to dig into like going off or to reset up for the following turn. Whereas with something like Orim's Chant, you can usually finagle an instance where they crack their Lion's Eye Diamond, and then after they put whatever spell they have on the stack, you can Orim's Chant them, and then you've Mind Twisted them. Yeah, no, he's not speaking from the D&T side of experience. He's speaking from the Belcher side of experience. Cyrus is crazy. You can tell him I said that. Cyrus, you're dead wrong. There's absolutely no way. But anyway. Mindbreak Trap, like I said, is another option. We talked about it a couple times on stream today. Maybe it's even correct if there's like a split between them. Am I playing the prelim tomorrow? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Deafening Silence is just... No, Deafening Silence and Chalice are just, like, relatively weak cards again. I mean, they're not relatively weak. Obviously, they have to, like, they're, like, answer or lose cards versus Breach. But the thing is that they're very good at answering your answer or lose cards. So attacking them at multiple angles is very important. And the thing that Breach can't really interact with in post-board games is attacking with spells, casting stuff at instant speed. Yeah. Like, if you bring in your pile of Deafening Silences and Recipes, sure, they have a bunch of... and then they play a Serenity, and then it blows up and kills all of your shit. Or they Wear Tear and kill your Chalice and your Rest in Peace or whatever. Yeah, attacking from one angle has really not felt like the way that you can realistically beat Breach at all. All day being enchantments is very unlucky. Artifacts would be better. All artifacts would be better than all enchantments. But I think Rest in Peace is still better than, like, we could play a bunch of, like, cages and stuff. I think that's just, like, making the deck worse in general, though. Artifacts are more expensive to get rid of, and also they can't fuse a Wear Tear and also, like, take down your Vial or your equipment or your Revoker on the way out. So because we already have a bunch of incidental artifacts in the main, the Wear Tears give more value, because all your sideboard stuff is enchantments. Yeah. These are all true statements. You can play, like, Damping Sphere. Yeah, there's a world that I just play, like, a shit pile of Sanctum Prelates on the sideboard as well. It's a consideration I've thought about. Prelate on 1 Prelate. If you board into, like, 4 Sanctum Prelates, if you put Prelate on 1, Prelate on 2, they can't win. Unless they, like, I think, Teferi Minus and then go off in the same turn. Can't kill you. Damping Sphere might be okay. It also is okay because there's been a surprising amount of, like, Eldrazi post running around. And, like, just the colorless post decks in general. So Damping Sphere might look okay. But it's just, like, a really narrow card, so I'm not a huge fan of it overall. Yeah. I'm probably playing in the prelim tomorrow, but I don't know what I'm going to play in the prelim tomorrow. I'll figure it out. But anyway, let's find someone to host. I'm tired and I gotta get up early tomorrow. Twitch.tv. Who's streaming? Oh no, it's unmuted. Or Mario's streaming. Alright, we'll go host him. He was in chat earlier. Host Romario Vidal. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you had a good time. Shoutouts to Fluffy Wolf 2 again for the raid. Go check his stream out. As always, appreciate appreciate the support. If you want to support the channel further, you can always follow, subscribe, or donate if you haven't already. If you want to see a certain deck list on stream, you can do a donation deck list. I think that's about it. We'll see. We'll be back Friday. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything Friday. So we'll be back Friday for another stream. Don't know what I'm doing. Probably panicking, trying to figure out what I'm going to play in the Showcase Challenge on Sunday. But I might also stream the Showcase Challenge on Sunday. But I need to figure out if I actually have the time to do that. Anyway, I'll talk more about that stuff on Friday. See you guys all in